Hello to all Star Wars fans. It's time to talk in more detail about the 10th episode called The New Jedi Order. The film is scheduled for 2025 or 2026 and will be a direct continuation of the sequel trilogy. The main character will once again be Rey, who along with her friends Finn, Poe and the rest will try to revive the Jedi Order 10 years after Palpatine's last fall. We have already made several videos on this episode, and in each of them we told something new because that world does not stand still. There is more news and sometimes there are drastic changes that you should know about. Therefore, we decided to put everything together. In this video, you will learn about everything that is known about the new Jedi Order at the time of November 2023. Be generous on likes and subscriptions. Here we go! So as I said, the events of episode 10 will take the viewer and the main characters 10 years ahead after Palpatine's final death and show how the matured Rey will build a new order using knowledge from Luke's books and by heeding his own lessons. It is known for certain about the return of Daisy Ridley, John Boyega and Oscar Isaac to their roles. The first is to become a kind of Jedi Master, the new Luke Skywalker, and try to build the order so that it eventually falls, like all the orders before it. The second one will finally reveal his sensitivity to the Force and become one of Rey's first students. The second one will act as the new Han Solo, combining the duties of the General of the revived Republic and the dark past of the Smuggler. As I've already said, Rey will build a new order not only based on the knowledge given to her from the sacred texts, but also following the instructions of her former mentor, Luke. It is known that Disney wants to bring Luke back to the screens as a Force ghost, so Skywalker will play one of the main roles in episode 10 and act as a kind of ghost of Ben Kenobi, giving instructions to the student at the most important moments of her life. Kathleen Kennedy herself mentioned this. Moreover, Disney understands that one day they will have to bring father and son together, and therefore they plan the return of Anakin Skywalker himself as the same Force ghost, and Anakin, according to the idea, will meet his son Luke for the first time, the same Force ghost. Luke will be clearly older by that time, so their tandem on the screen will look a little strange. But one way or another, Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen together on the screen is a long-standing dream of fans. There are also many rumors that Disney is planning to introduce a grown-up baby Grogu into the 10th episode because sooner or later he must become a Jedi Knight, and therefore the authors will want to make him an analogue of Master Yoda for a new generation. But how to do it? It's not entirely clear because the story of Grogu is far from the logical conclusion in the series, and Lucasfilm's plans for Star Wars are changing very quickly. They want to finish the series quickly before 2025 and bring the plot to the new Jedi Order. But over time it became known that the 4th season of The Mandalorian would not be the finale of the story, and that the Ahsoka series would be continued, and most importantly, Lucasfilm suddenly decided to make a unification film for all the Mandoverse series, in the style of the Avengers. So the 10th episode gradually faded into the background, and therefore the presence of Grogu in it came into question. In addition, even Adam Driver, who played Kylo Ren or Ben Solo, whichever is more convenient, recently said that his return to Star Wars is quite possible. I don't know what he meant, another ghost of the Force or a cameo in future TV series. As for the main villain, nothing is known yet. But there is a chance that the authors will still take advantage of Lucas's early work and show us a new generation of Sith, and maybe even Darth Maul, whom George Lucas himself planned to make the antagonist of his never-released sequels. Actually, as for the plot, I've told you everything. Now let's look at the reverse side, namely what is happening inside Disney and the main problems of the new film. It turns out to be on the edges already. In a short time of development, the 10th episode was replaced by several writers, showrunners and even directors. It was repeatedly assembled, disassembled and reassembled. Disney is making a huge bet on the film because it is Disney who should return the universe to the cinema screens and in theory repeat the financial success of 2015. But at the same time, the corporation is very afraid of its failure. That's why the new Jedi Order has changed so many authors. Moreover, according to well-known insiders, Disney directly told Kathleen Kennedy that they would fire her if the 10th episode failed. It's so serious. However, over the past half a year, Kennedy has already suffered a similar failure, when the fifth part of Indiana Jones failed and failed very seriously, bringing huge losses to Disney. Therefore, Kathleen is doing everything possible to sit on the presidential chair and not let the new episode go into negative territory. Most recently, the writer's strike ended in Hollywood, and therefore one of them, Stephen Knight, announced that he would hand over the finished script for the 10th episode by the end of November. This, by the way, is the screenwriter of the series Peaky Blinders, and thus we found out who is responsible for the narration. And at the last Star Wars Celebration 2023 event, director Shaman Oed came on stage, who should direct the filming of the film. She is the winner of 2 Oscars in the genre of documentary, and you know, this is the biggest problem of the new Jedi Order. And this problem lies in the fact that Shaman has never made a feature film. Never! Documentary is a completely different, incomparable genre. Yes, she won 2 Oscars, but if you look at her works in more detail, you can see the obvious political overtones. We are dealing with the case when such a prestigious award was given simply because it was necessary. Whatever it was, I repeat, Shaman has never dealt with such large projects, and in addition to documentaries, she has only one project behind her, the Miss Marvel series, which cannot be labeled as a good indicator. It is quite possible that she is a talented author and will be able to make a good movie, but this has not yet been verified and we cannot be sure of her competence. If Disney is so worried about the success of the film, then why do they put an outspoken newcomer as director? Although the sequel trilogy was shot by very famous directors and the result was so-so, given the numerous permutations in the author's composition of the 10th episode, the replacement of the director is also possible. Thus, work on the new Jedi Order is underway, and I sincerely want the film to be good and break my low expectations. If Lucasfilm and Disney have worked on the bugs, then a good story may be waiting for us at the exit. I don't believe in it, but I really hope so. The premiere of the episode was scheduled for 2025, but it was later postponed to 2026. That's the way things are. Write your opinion in the comments. It is very important for me to know what you think about the 10th episode and what fate you are waiting for this film. Anyway, do you want to watch it? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's make sure that more people with a subscription watch than without it. For our part, we always try to please you with vital news and just interesting videos on Star Wars. That's all for today. I have to say goodbye to you for a while, but I'll be back very soon. May the Force be with you.